with a king, the king of lease options. John, I'm excited about. That's the best opening right there. The king. We're with royalty, man.
That's right. That's right. I'm the king. I'm the king of lease options.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot there. There's a lot there. First help me, let's just first tell me, what is a lease option? And then we're going to learn a lot in this half an hour, I can tell.
Yeah, so lease options are actually used a lot more in commercial real estate, even land, but commercial real estate, multifamily, commercial buildings are used a lot in the commercial space. It's just that we do them in the single family space. So it's a lease option is exactly what it sounds like. It's a lease with the option of purchase. So if you've ever heard of leasing a Cadillac, a BMW, a Mercedes, if you've ever leased a car, you actually had a lease option on that car. So we do the same thing, except instead of a BMW or a Cadillac, we do it with a $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 house. It's a lease option. And specifically what because with a lease option, you can buy, sell, or control a piece of real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so they're very useful tool. What we use them primarily for is to be the plan B for sellers. So the sellers are trying to sell their house for sale by owner, or maybe they've got an MLS that hadn't sold yet. We come in as plan B and say, hey, we know you're trying to sell it. That's great. Hope you get a contract, but if not, we're plan B. Here's what it looks like. And they get full price, no commission. We package up a lease option, market that, get our fee from the buyer, and we're out. So it's a one-time pop on that. But you can also use lease options if someone is doing, say, shared housing, any kind of shared housing, assisted living, pad split, short-term rental, mid-term rental, commercial, corporate housing. So instead of going, let's just take assisted living as an example.
Okay.
Instead of, so you've got this big, 6-bedroom, $1.8 million home, single story that you want to get for assisted living. Well, traditionally you got to go, to a bank with 20% down. The house is not producing income yet. It's not going to produce income for a few months as you get it ready. Well, with a lease option, you can come in for 5% down or less, control that property. So you've reserved that capital, get that property stabilized, get the, if you will, the occupants in the property. Now it's showing income so that when you're, before your option expires and whatever it is, a year, 2 years, now you can go to the bank and say, boom, here's my cash flowing property. Here's my business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you can get financing, permanent financing on that if you want. But it allows you to reserve your capital.
Oh man, there's a lot to unpack there. Holy mackerel! I'm sure you think it's simple, but there's a lot of stuff there that our listeners and viewers are gonna have some questions on. Well, first, so tell us a little bit about the king. Tell us a little bit about you, John.
I grew up in the country.
Yeah.
Okay, Kenner, if you can tell me what movie this is from, I will sell you $50.
Ooh, okay. Here we go.
I grew up a poor black child.
Steve Martin.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's not Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. It's where he went. Okay, I'll say Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. That's not right.
The correct answer is, what is The Jerk?
Oh, dude, I knew in the milk. Yeah, I knew that. Oh, $50 down the drain. That's my life right there, man.
You just lost $50.
Yeah.
So I'm in Fort Worth again. John Jackson out of Fort Worth, Texas. Been doing lease options. Been doing real estate since 2003. When I started in real estate, I started with lease options because my background was day trading. I was trading stocks. I was trading options. And so as I was looking to get into real estate, nothing really stood out to me at the time. Not knowing any better, I looked at rental properties and I thought, well, wait a minute, I got to go to a bank, get a mortgage, buy this house, fix it up, and rent it out and make like $150 a month. I thought, I just don't see that, right? Again, I didn't know what I didn't know, but it didn't appeal to me. Well, then when I was reading blurbs about lease options, I thought, well, hell, I know what an option is. And so I started diving into lease options. There was very little information about them at the time. So what little information I could find, I mean, it was basic. I said, if you built a company based around structure around the lease option framework, well, now you've got a nice working real estate business that helps sellers that can't sell, buyers that can't buy, and you get paid. And that's where my company, Leasing to Buy, was born. Many years.
Mm.
Matter of fact, it was so long ago. I had a beautiful ponytail at the time.
Oh, look at you! You don't
Or
look like a
I was a
ponytail type.
sexy son of a bitch. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure you were. I'm sure at least you thought so.
I thought I was fabulous. So so I started in 2003.
Oh.
Had no clue what I was doing, and then was driving for dollars. Didn't know that was a term. I was just cruising around, listening to the Scorpions or whatever at the time.
Oh,
Uh,
look at you! Yeah,
and yeah, 80s guy here. Yeah, I grew up in
yeah,
80s.
yeah. Klaus
I
Meine, the
grew,
Scorpions, gotta love them. They're still
yeah,
together. Yeah,
How's my eye? Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
suddenly the podcast has turned into 80s 80s flashback.
I can talk '80s all you want, man.
Yeah, man. Uh, so so far we've talked about the jerk, Steve Martin, and 80s.
We can talk about whatever we want. You know what I mean? That's the way we roll.
So so I found my first house driving for dollars, if you will. This house was for sale by owner. I called him up. Hey, would you want to do interested in doing a lease option on this? He said, sure. And the scariest thing a seller can ever say to you is yes.
Mm.
Because
And that happened.
you're like, oh crap. Now what do I do?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, totally. Yeah.
But I had this $65 yard sign I had made because I knew I was going to do it. So I was prepared. So I went and put my sign in the yard, and within 3 weeks made $3,500, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but in 2003 for
It's money, you know. Yeah.
3 weeks worth of work, or not even work, I put a sign in the yard. That's how hard it was.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
anyway, I was like, it was so easy. It was so easy that I still remember to this day. I still remember that night thinking I felt bad. I felt bad because I thought, oh my God, I've done something wrong.
Yeah.
It's got to be illegal. It's too easy. Then I did my next house, and my next house started doing a lot of stuff for home investors, franchisees, and other investors. And then, then it just blew up, and I just did it right here in where I live in Fort Worth area, Tarrant County, some in Dallas. Then in 08, 09, started teaching other people how to mimic my business model. And
Mm.
I've certainly I've trained a few of the people that your audience would know. And
Yeah.
then and now, so now we've got people across the country where we literally plug them into our business for our coaching. It's way different than coaching. It's almost like a franchise where we just literally plug them in to Leasing to Buy and say, okay, here we go. And here's your business in a box. Now here's how you work the
Mm.
system. And so we've got a
So you're basically
yeah.
so you're not only a guru per se who's doing the work, you're actually, or I should say, doing the project, but you're also a coach. I understand, and you coach people all over the country. It sounds like correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yep.
I even had a couple of students in Canada that are doing
Oh,
deals here in the US. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, so I'll tell you the story of two different people. One person who's buying real estate, holding it, and they're making pretty good living, right? They're buying it in LLCs. They're doing it the right way. And here we have someone who's doing leases, just like you. So at the end of the day, in your estimation, which one is going to make more money? I'll just ask that question
Yeah.
of that
If
story. Who's going to make more money?
in the long run, if you buy and hold, then you're going to make more money. Because what I
Mhm.
do, and I'm very open about this, what I do is brain dead simple. But like wholesaling a house, it's a one-time pop, right?
Okay.
But that's our model is we're wholesaling the contracts, whether it's lease option or seller finance, because we do a lot of that as well. We're making a one-time pop, but it's a pretty easy pop. And at the end of the day, though, honestly, what's more important is that we're helping people. We're
Mm-hmm.
helping sellers that cannot sell. We're helping
Mm-hmm.
buyers that normally couldn't buy. We're packaging, we're bringing them together, and to see to be around these people and see them, the seller when they finally got, the bleeding has stopped. When you see the buyer and they're getting the keys to their house, I mean that's powerful. That's very
Mm-hmm.
powerful. Yeah,
So is it that you're
absolutely.
looking for students or you're looking for investors? Because let me explain. Our marketplace, we have 12,000 people in our database, and then we're merging with Bob Bloom. I think you probably know him.
Yeah.
And he does asset
Man, dude,
protection.
I know everybody. What are you talking? I know everybody.
I know, I
I'm the
know.
king, baby.
I figured you'd know him. And we do tax finance and artificial intelligence, meaning for businesses. So our business, all of it truly business owners, well-heeled, they all invest in real estate. 93% invest in real estate. So of that market, so are you looking for people who want to be coached? Or are you looking for investors?
Yeah, mainly people that want to be coached, people that want to learn, and what I consider the easiest entry into real estate, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not wholesaling. I'll tell you that right now. It's not wholesaling
Okay.
because you're dealing with ugly houses. You're dealing with a lot of competition. You're having to skip trace 10,000 people, cold call
Yeah.
10,000
Yeah.
people, text blast, all this
It's
garbage.
hard. Yeah.
It's just now there's people that do very well. I'm not saying there aren't, but to me, it's not an easy entry into real estate. Whereas what we do, it's the easiest conversations ever because we're only talking to people that already have their hand up saying, "Hey, I'm trying to sell," and we simply come in and say, "We're here to help, and here's what we do."
I have a
So,
dumb question. I have
yep.
many dumb questions then. Um, so what you are probably doing is you're coaching people who then call people who are selling on the MLS as an example, and hopefully your students can talk if that's what you call them, can talk those people into doing a lease option, so they can end up being taken care of on their end, and then whomever the coaches can end up being in a deal for the long term, and then hopefully make a lot of money. Basically, correct?
So we get a one-time pop. We get an assignment fee for our contract.
Mm,
It's the option
mm,
consideration. So what happens is,
yep, yep.
so let me get a little more granular here. I know I've been kind of
Please.
high level so far.
Yep.
So you have a seller here that has our house. Let's just say it's for sale by owner. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Our students have a software that we use that'll go out and scrape all the for sale by owners and say, I don't care if it's Florida, Georgia, whatever,
Uh,
and push a button and you just text blasted all the for sale by owners in that county or that
oh, I
state.
like that. So it's not that much work, is what you're telling me. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, it was. And then the owners reply, and you pick up the phone and say, "Hey, here's what we do." But
Mm,
with the seller, they're trying to sell their house. Let's just say for sale by owner, we come and say, "Hey, here's what we do. We do lease option where you're going to get full price. There's no negotiating. You don't pay us a commission. Our buyers pay us. You're going to get cash flow, and we do 12-month lease options, which means
mm,
these buyers have to get financed within 12 months. The sellers love that because they know they've got light at the end of the tunnel, right? Um, and so then we go
mm.
out and
Okay.
market that. We market that lease option out there through our resources, our signs in the yard, online, of course, obviously through our website, Leasing to Buy. Buyers come along, we approve them. They pay us our fee, which is about 5% of the price of the house. And then they start making their payments to the owner. We put the buyer in touch with the loan officer. And now that buyer is on track to get financed. So
Now I get it.
the seller gets again full price, no commission, cash flow, cash out within 12 months. Buyer gets a house 5% down with having to do a full 1003, 2 years of tax returns and all that stuff. Now that they have a year runway to get ready for financing.
Which that's always nice. So you like a slower market, because in a fast market, if I could sell my house for cash, you won't hear about it. Versus
Yeah,
slow market. Yeah.
yeah. So this market, right. It's yeah, a slow market definitely helps. So in 2020, 2021, it started slowing down for us, right?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
I told my students, I said, it's about to hit. I said, I've been around this space
Yeah.
long enough. So it's about to hit. Then of course, interest rates, the housing bubble, a little bit of a bubble, but you know, when anytime in any, so all markets are cyclical. I'm going out on a tangent here. All
That's
markets
fine.
are cyclical. I don't care what it is, including the real estate market. And in any market, when you see a hockey stick, whether it's real estate or
Stocks, whatever. Yeah.
Bitcoin or anything, when you see that hockey stick, that's dumb money coming in. And when you have buyers bragging about how they paid $40,000 over asking, that's dumb money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now those buyers are screwed, right? But so what happened was then as it slowed down for us for a couple of years, and then sure enough, been everything lined up, interest rates went up, et cetera, and now it's so easy to get the properties, and we're helping so many sellers and so many buyers. Yeah,
That's actually the key. Let's stop there. You're helping people who might really be in a spot, and at the
yeah,
same time, you're helping your students because they're making dough. So it's kind of a win-win for everyone versus, the person losing their house. Let's just say that happens.
yeah, yeah. Because you know, here's the thing: is that a seller. The two most important questions in real estate are this: what are you going to do with the money? What are you going to do if it doesn't sell? Now, for a wholesaler,
Mm.
the most important question is what are you going to do with the money? Um, for us, the most important question is what are you going to do if it doesn't sell? If you ask a seller that's had their house in the market for 3 months and maybe it's been vacant for a month, and you say, well, what are you going to do if it doesn't sell? Their number one response is, well, I guess I'll just rent the damn thing.
Mm.
They think renting is plan B. So then I go, oh my God, whoa, wait a minute. You live in Tennessee, your house is in Fort Worth. You're telling me you want to be a long distance landlord? Have you ever been a landlord? So you're willing to rent your house out to God knows who with all their belongings in the back of a torn up, beat up F 150. They don't care about the house and you're okay with that? Wouldn't you rather? Wouldn't you rather have someone in the house that's in the process of buying the house and taking good care of it, has a home warranty on it,
Yeah.
and they're in the process of buying it? Doesn't that sound better? And they go, well, yeah. Well, okay, well, that's what we do.
Yeah, it's whoever washes their rental car before they take it back. If someone leases a property, they're going to take more and better care of it. There's just no
Yeah.
doubt about that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's what we do is with the lease options, we're helping sellers with a plan B.
Well, wait. So you really think I'm sure, but you really think plan B is to rent it out, or wow, especially in today's economy, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose I'm going to lose everything. I need to sell it. Oh, you know what I mean? I mean, plan B, that's a good plan B. What?
Yeah. Yeah. Because if they're, if they've got it listed or for sub owner and they drop the price, it hadn't sold yet.
Hmm.
They got to do something with it, especially if they've moved out and now it's sitting there empty, right?
Oh, I see. I see.
We're that plan B.
I understand. Okay. What's an engagement look like as far as me? Let's say I want to be a student. What's it like?
Well, first I would need to references, DNA sample, uh, your
I would
first
never pass. Trust me.
we do a background search.
Yeah.
No, it's so what happens is again, it's like a franchise, so it's not your typical coaching where you've got once a week coaching and you've got 500 people on a Zoom. You're getting some theory, and then at the end of the Zoom call, it's all right. Well, good luck,
Yep.
implementing that theory. Well, at the end of that Zoom call, you still don't have a business. Now you got to take this
Mhm.
information and try to implement. So we don't do it that way. We say here we're giving you the business, just like giving you McDonald's. Here's the business, leasing to buy. We're going to plug you in there so
Yep.
that literally someone comes on board. And within 24 hours, we do the onboarding call with me, get them set up on the systems, email address, everything.
Mm.
And then we do the onboarding call, get them trained. We've got about 4 hours of training for them to watch. And by 3 days later, get their marketing components set up, their software set up, and boom,
Hmm.
they're off to the races. So most people that come on board with us, because it's so plugged in, even if they know nothing about real estate, normally by the end of week 2, they've got what we call price sheets going out to sellers. These are the numbers that the seller
Hmm.
needs to see. Yeah. So most of them by week 4 have contracts, even if they know nothing about real estate.
When you say contracts, what do you mean? You mean deals in flow?
Yeah, the lease option to market. Yep. Where
Yep.
now they've got properties under contract and they're marketing those.
Yep. 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 And tell me a little bit more about the engagement with you. So then, I would be learning from you. I'd be learning from royalty, the
Yeah.
king.
Yes. Yes. So so what we do on the training is someone comes on board. We set up all your systems, your email address, like you'd be Kenner at leasingtobuy.com, access
Mm.
to our leasing to buy website where you can market your properties, access to our training portal, our training website, has all your
Mm.
contracts, documents, training videos, everything. We do 11, get this, 11 coaching calls a week. Dude, you're going to have,
11.
I know, 11.
Hmm.
11, because 12 would just be gaudy. So we do 11.
That was good. Good one. Good one, John or King. Good one.
So we do 11 coaching calls a week. So we're right there for anything that you need, because we're very intricately involved on each deal,
Hmm.
because our students are not going to send out a price sheet to a seller without myself or my coach reviewing it and say, yep, that looks good, or hey, tweak this, tweak that.
Hmm.
You're not going to send out a contract without saying, yep, that looks good, okay, go. It's not uncommon at all for us to get on the phone with sellers, with the students, to answer any questions the seller has and all of that. With our marketing software, you can blast. You wouldn't want to do this, but you could blast an entire state in seconds for all the for sale by owners and text blast them all. And here they come up on your screen with their replies, and you just pick up the
Hmm.
phone and call them.
And you've done the research. You have all you scraped. So that's literally at their fingertips.
Literally at their fingertips. Yeah. I do direct mail for my marketing. Most of my
Mail?
students,
You mean snail mail?
I know.
What do you fit? What are you 100?
I know. Let me show you here. I've got I've got two marketing pieces I send. Now, most of my students don't do direct mail. I'm going to stand up.
I'm sure they don't.
They don't need to. It's the
Oh,
software that does. But I do direct mail because it's so easy and it's so inexpensive. Um,
really? Huh.
oh yeah, because I'm only sending. Here's the thing: I'm only sending out on average about 1,200 pieces every 4 weeks. So I'm actually hitting the MLS over 30 days on market, and I send out direct mail to that list. And I've got
Okay.
a little Street View postcard here I send out,
Yep.
their logo and everything. I've got a little trifo brochure
Well, hold on,
here.
hold on. And those are. Can you show that last one? Is that real writing? I can't really tell. Is that real
No,
writing?
no,
Yeah, I got it. Okay, okay, I got it. Okay.
yeah. And
Now I'm vibing with you.
then we've got our trifo brochure here that has all the information. But I do direct mail, and it's so easy. It costs me about $700 a month, $600 a month, uh, and out of 1,200 pieces I send out, we'll get 4, 5, maybe 6 houses out of that.
You
Very
mean
easy.
deals in house? I mean, actually signed deals?
Oh yeah,
Oh, so it works out. Oh my gosh, I got it. I get you.
yeah. So this is different, totally different than wholesaling, where if you're doing direct mail, you better be doing volume, like three,
Mass
four,
volume.
$5,000 a month of
Yeah.
direct mail. We don't need to do that. It's just so dialed in. We don't have to skip trace anybody or cold call anybody. I don't need a team of VAs cold calling people. It's
Mm,
it's just way easier than that.
I get it. Yeah, yeah. Now I'm getting it because four houses under contract. That ends up being a good number. 4 times 12. That's a huge number overall.
Yeah, and we get, like I said, we get 5% of the price of the house. So if our average house
Right.
is, it varies between 400 to $500,000. That's 20 to 25 grand, a pop. So so the returns are really good on that money, right?
Yeah, 100 grand. And of course, you're going to say there's not much work, but it doesn't sound like there's that much work per se because you can automate a lot of that stuff. It sounds like.
Yeah, the direct mail is. I've got a VA overseas that once a month she pulls the. She knows how. It's so easy. She pulls the list, scrubs it,
Yeah.
and then does the mailing for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What about the negotiation? What's that like? Because that's got to be I mean that's where you add value, but that's got to be a little painstaking in working with. No.
no, it's so because there's no negotiating.
Yeah,
So
but
the
you said
seller.
that earlier. But okay,
So
go
so
ahead. Sorry.
let's assume you've got your house for sale. All
All
right,
right. Let's
and
say I want to sell my house for $1 million.
all right, you got your house for sale for $1 million, and so you get my thing. Which, by the way, if it's $1 million, I'm probably going to suggest seller finance, but that's a whole other
Mm.
conversation.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Because we do both. We do lease option and seller finance. On higher price houses, we find that seller finance is better because of our avatar of buyer. But
Mm.
anyway, so you've got your house. Let's say you're asking $500,000 for it, okay?
Yeah, that's very. I should have said that. Yeah.
And you get my thing in the mail. Hey,
All
John,
right.
my name's Kenner. I got your thing in the mail. And I'd simply go, yeah, hey, Kenner. Hey, this is John. So I guess are you trying to sell your house? Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've got I've got it for sale for, how long you been trying to sell it? Whatever, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I go, well, I can definitely help you with that. And I get the address from you. And as I'm talking to you, if I'm in front of the computer, I'm pulling it up. And I'm looking at it right there. I go, well, so do you still live in the house or have you already moved? And, this conversation is I'm just having a conversation. Have you already lived?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still live there? Have you already moved? How come you're selling? It's a beautiful home. Well, my job, I've got to move to Memphis, Tennessee. I got you. Well, and so you've already moved to Memphis? Yes, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, I'm just having a conversation trying to find out their story.
Yep.
What's going on? Is how long you been trying to sell it for? Do you still live there? Is it vacant? I'm trying to hit the pain points in that conversation. Oh, wow. It's been empty 3 months. You've had how much are your house payments? Wow. 3 months just sitting there. Ooh, okay. That's not good. So I'm just bringing up the pain points. I'm not asking about how's the AC, how old's the roof. I don't give a crap. Because I'm looking at it right now online. It's a nice move-in ready house. And I said, well, here's what we do. We have a couple of different programs that we have where you can get full price, don't pay us a commission. And I'm looking at your house right now online. Beautiful house, by the way. It looks like it would probably qualify for our lease purchase program, our lease option program, where you get full price, don't pay us a commission. You get cash flow each month, and our buyers will cash you out within 10 to 12 months. Now, what I can do is I can put together some information for you. Let me just grab your email address and let me do some work on my end, and I'll just email you a couple of emails. So I literally have this down. It's so easy. I have this down to copy paste. I tell people, if you can copy paste, you can do what I do. So then I just copy paste email number 1, boom. Copy paste email number 2, which has the numbers, the price sheet. That's it. Then I call them the next day, see if they have any questions. The number one question that a seller has when I call them back is, how fast can you find somebody?
Yeah, there. I was just about to say.
Yeah. How fast can you find somebody?
Yeah.
So I use the analogy of enchiladas because I love Mexican food. And so the seller wants enchiladas. They've got their for sale by owner sign in the yard. They know what their house is worth, and boy, boom, I'm going to get enchiladas. Everybody's going to want this house.
Yeah.
House for sale. A month goes by, 2 months go by. There's no enchiladas, and they're getting hungry. I simply come on and go, hey, I know you want enchiladas. That's great. I've got fajitas. I got rice, beans, beef fajitas, chicken fajitas. Now, I'm not trying to make them eat the fajitas. I'm not negotiating with them. I'm not trying to be in. Hey, I got fajitas. Here's what it looks like. Now, the seller may say, no, I know. I'm going to get enchiladas. Okay, well, that's good. I hope you do. If not, I've got fajitas. And I can't tell you how many times, 3-4 weeks later, the seller calls me back and says, hey, tell me more about those fajitas.
Yeah.
Right? Because they got hungrier. And so it's totally different conversation, Kenner, when you're not under pressure. I'm not trying to sell them anything. I'm just saying, here's what we do. Here's the benefits, and there you go. So the conversations are super easy. Yeah, but so with that, they get full price. Now if they're asking a stupid amount for their house, I'm like I don't know where you got your numbers. I can't find the data. If you can tell me where you got your data to get your price, maybe I can get to that point, but I can't get there. But most sellers we work with are asking pretty much what the value is.
And therefore, again, you guys get 5%.
Yeah.
And find the seller or the lease or buyer. Yeah, buyer.
Option E. Yeah.
Yeah, option E. That's what they'd be. Option E. Got it. How much work is that? That's a valid question. How much work is it?
On the finding the buyers, dude, this is old school, but it works. The way I get the vast majority of my buyers is my sign in the yard, and then I use yellow directional signs to drive traffic down the street to the house. So like I've got, you see that, Kenner?
Oh, I've seen those. Oh, no way. I've seen those.
So that's our leasing to buy sign.
Yeah.
And we have yellow directional signs that'll drive traffic to the house. I get more buyers that way. Then, of course, we have our website, Leasing to Buy. We put it up on social media, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups. We use syndication websites as well. That'll blast out to multiple websites. But those are the main methodologies. Another way that
Hmm.
we're just literally right before we started, before we jumped on this call, um, we are about to start email blasting real estate agents that had buyers that were turned down because
Yeah.
these agents have spent time with these buyers. And the buyers got turned down.
They
I'm
can
like,
help you
hey,
on both. Yeah, they can help you on both sides, actually. Yeah, I get
yeah.
you.
So I'm like, we're about to email blast agents. Say, hey, if you've got buyers that got turned down, we can help them, and you can get paid.
Oh, hold on. Do agents? I got you. I get your point, by the way. Do agents help you in doing deals like this because they don't get paid on it? I'm sure there's some way you could pay them, but yeah, what's the relationship like there? Because we have a whole bunch of real estate agents who are in our database who are hopefully going to watch and hear this.
Yeah. So if an agent has buyers that got turned down for a loan, bring them to us. Let us help that buyer. Right.
No, no, no. I'm
Uh,
not talking about that. Meaning who are going to be selling the homes or who potentially could be selling homes,
oh,
I guess.
okay. So so we actually can help agents because especially if they have age listings that are sitting there for
Mm.
90 days, 120 days. Hey, bring us in. It'll help you keep that listing actually because now the seller sees that you're trying to help them. uh, we'll put the deal together. In that case, we pay the agent a full month's payment, and whatever they're going to get paid from the owner is between them and the owners. They could actually get paid twice.
Why? Help me to understand. Because they normally get three, whatever, 6%.
Well,
So,
they're going to get 3% as a seller's agent.
yeah,
If we come in and do a lease option, and they brought us that listing, we do a lease option. We're going to pay that agent a full month's payment. So out of our fee, we're going to pay them a full month's payment
okay.
plus whatever arrangement they have with that seller. Maybe it's to get paid when the buyer finances. Maybe it's whatever they have worked
Mhm.
out. They have the opportunity to get paid twice on that deal.
And it would be the full three. Are you saying they get
And
again
that's
3%?
between that's between them and the seller. I see that a lot
Got
with the
it.
seller. I see that a lot. I can't say in every case because it's a conversation between the owner, the seller and the agent. But I see that a lot where the seller says, "Look, if they lease option at first, I'll still pay you 3%." Right? And that's between them and the seller. But
Yeah,
in almost every case, the agent's getting paid twice.
yeah, I get it.
Once from
I
us,
see what you're saying.
once from the seller. Yeah.
And then here, going back so if those signs are so pivotal, I could swear I've seen one of those. So, and let's say I'm a coach or I'm a student. I live in Washington State, and we're doing a deal in whatever Delaware. Not sure why I thought of Delaware. So I have to have boots in the ground to be able to stake those signs, correct?
So if you're doing it virtually,
Yeah.
if you can have boots in the ground, which are boots getting boots in the ground is so easy. It's
Oh, is it?
easy. With social media now, it's so easy. But if the seller lives in the house, if you're doing this virtual, the seller will actually put the sign in the yard for you. He'll actually put the signs up.
Oh, because it's in their best interest to
It's in
close
their
the
best
deal.
interest. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
And
Yeah, I
the
got
seller
you.
and the seller will show the house for you.
Oh, yeah, because again, it's in their best interest to do so.
Yep, yep. Because they want to help you. They want to help you sell their house, right?
Oh, I'm vibing with you, dude. I get it. I get it. Wow.
And that's how I can have students in Canada doing deals in Florida.
Plus, there's no licensing. I don't think. No, there's no
No,
licensing either. And
no.
I'm sure your license agreements are rock solid. I get it. Or lease agreements, I should say. Okay, I got it. Wow. Wow. You and I could be all day on this. I want to have you
Yeah.
on again. We really could because there's so many things. There's a lot of stuff there. You know what I mean?
And one of the things we do, so I do most of our stuff is lease options. Something we're doing more of now than we have in 21 years is seller finance, where we package
Yeah.
up the seller finance. Then we just got a consultation fee for that, especially on higher end houses.
Yeah.
Uh,
We could talk all
yeah,
day
so
about
like
that.
I got a guy from Houston called me with $2 million home. He was literally moving that weekend, and his house has been in the market for whatever 3 months, 4 months. Beautiful home, and he wanted to do a lease option on it. I said, well, because the price, I said, seller finance is going to get more buyers.
Hmm.
And when I showed him the numbers on seller finance, it blew his mind. He said, "How come I've never heard of this?" And the thing about higher end houses, those conversations are even easier because now you're talking to a savvy
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 investor or
seller.
whatever.
They get
Yeah.
the numbers. So when I show them the numbers on seller finance, he's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna make 2 million on this."
I've never closed it. I've given a lot of offers on, seller financing. I've never been able to close one. I don't think I've done it correctly, but I think there's a lot, especially now. I think people can make money on that. I really do.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely. Yeah, I've seen more seller finance now than I have in 21 years.
I know. It's smart. Yeah, it helps everyone. I really do believe it helps everyone.
Yeah, people are they don't want to use a bank. Like for me personally,
Right.
I can't imagine me ever going to a loan officer to get a mortgage again. I just don't think I'll ever do it.
Yeah, it's like an enema, man. Paperwork enema. It's just a lot. Come on.
Yeah,
No offense to the bankers out there, but sometimes it's pretty hard.
yeah. No offense to enemas, but
Or the people who like enemas. No
yeah.
offense. You know what I mean?
If enemas your thing,
Yeah. How about this? I'm going to have you on again. We got to close up shop here. How about this? I'm going to have you on again, but first, how does someone get a hold of you one time? Because this is important. There's going to be some people who are going to want to hear and get a hold of you.
Yeah, the best thing to do actually is you could book just a quick Zoom call with me. Let's talk about what you have going on, what you're doing. Let's have a conversation about how I can help, or just give you some guidance even on what you're doing. And this is so easy, guys. So we call our students Dream Partners. So go to dreampartnercall.com, dreampartnercall.com is a redirect to my calendar to schedule a quick Zoom call with me. It's not going to be a sales call. I'm just here to see how I can help you and see what you're doing. But it's dreampartnercall.com.
Sweet. We'll also put it down in the link down below. My staff will. Man, this has been helpful. You're, I'm talking to royalty. You've made my day. I can't even tell you. Holy mackerel, John.
Well, be sure to tell everybody in Tampa when you're down there that how amazing
Yeah,
I am, damn good looking I am,
I
and
will.
brilliant personality, brilliant mind. Just talk me up.
Talking you up will be easy. Well, it's been a pleasure. Hey, everyone out there, my name's Kenneth French with VastSolutionsGroup.com. You're watching and hearing, you know what it is, the Vast Voice telling business secrets to entrepreneurs. Thanks, everybody. Dude, yeah, we